Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel Marketing That.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of My Unfair Advantage. Today we're going to talk about business boosting backend secrets. Isn't that a cool name for a webinar? Well, basically, I want to cover the things that make us money after the sales funnel. So after the customer has gone through the purchase process, after the point of sale, there are a lot of opportunities for you to make money. As a matter of fact, we make more money by selling people in the back end of the website than we do in the front end of the website. Sometimes we create websites that are lost leaders, so we really could care less whether or not they make money on the front end, because the whole idea of the front end is either break even or take a loss. It's to attract people to see the offers that are on the back end. Things have changed quite a bit in the way we sell online, particularly in the internet marketing space over the years. People have become desensitized to that whole upsell and wait before you go watch, you know what I mean? They know what's coming. You're not surprising anybody with that kind of stuff. So what I want to talk about in this video is about how to boost your income on your website without having to be a pushy salesman and without having to force things on them during the point of sale. Okay, so let's first of all cover the buyer frame of mind. This is important because I think a lot of people are just, they're assembling a funnel because they heard that, hey, I have to have an upsell, I have to have a downsell, I have to have a sales funnel because that's just what I heard someone say somewhere. So let me just go learn how to make a sales funnel. And instead, you should really consider the consumer's frame of mind. What are they thinking in the purchase decision process, right? So what's going on in their head as they're buying your product? What type of things are they thinking that are causing them to want to buy your product? Is it something that they need to solve a crisis that's going on right now? Is it some sort of like a luxury purchase, that something that they may need in the future, but it really is more of a luxury than a necessity? These sorts of things are important to know about your customer and their frame of mind in the purchase process, because it really determines how and when you can present them with certain additional offers, which is truly the key. The thing to keep in mind is that consumers are desensitized to the traditional upsell downsell process. After years and years of buying online, things have changed. Every single one of your customers, you have to assume they've bought something before on the internet. The days of trying to talk people into overcoming the security issue of entering your payment details online. Those are things that I dealt with when I first started my internet business, right? Buying things online was new, and people were afraid to enter their credit card details in there, and to some extent people still are, because of potential identity theft and things like that. But payment platforms like PayPal and so many others have really kind of eliminated that apprehension and objection from the purchase process online. Now we have to deal with different things. Now we have to deal with the apprehension to upsells and downsells, because everyone's bought before. Everybody's been on Amazon, everybody's been on eBay, everybody's been on Target.com or one of these websites where they buy something and then at the end they try to sell you something else. They say, hey, people that bought this also bought, and then they show you a long list of things that they want you to buy. Everybody's been at one point or another exposed to one-click upsells where things are, you have options at the checkout page and they're already pre-checked. And you've got to be careful now before you check out, because it's very likely that the price you're seeing on the checkout page, that final checkout price, is significantly different than what you saw on the initial offer. I think that's happened to all of us, and we're like, whoa, wait a second. Oh my God, look how much they're charging for shipping. Oh my God, they're adding this other thing. And you got to go and untick it. So these things that have, this is just the kind of the way that online selling has evolved from the day that I started to today, and your consumer is very conscious of this. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to consider that in the creation of your sales funnel, that these are the things that your customer is worried about. Unconventional selling tactics nowadays are far more effective than those painful disconnects or power plays, right? So here's what I mean by a painful disconnect. I remember one of the things that used to be big is a no thanks link at the bottom of the page that was painful to click on. So I remember reading some of those no thanks links at the bottom. I'd buy a product and then I'd see a one-time offer, right? They call it a one-time offer. You could buy it whenever you want, but it's only a one-time offer because they're trying to impulse you into buying it now. And that's fine. I understand that. I have no problem with it. We just look at it, we look at that psychology now and we kind of think like, oh my God, did we really do that kind of stuff? Because it's not really necessary anymore. It's not effective. Not the way that it used to be. Painful disconnects were those links at the bottom where they say no thanks, but the marketer didn't just say no thanks, take me to my product. He said, no thanks, I don't really want to be successful by purchasing there right now, and I know that if I don't buy this right now, a puppy somewhere in the planet is going to die, but it doesn't matter because I don't want this product and I just want you to take me to my own thing even though I'm going to get cancer if I don't buy this. Like, it was like they would put this text in the footer that made you feel like, oh my God, I have to click on that thing. That's nuts. I don't want to click on that. You know, it was this painful disconnect that they were trying to create. They wanted to scare you into not clicking the no thanks button. Then there were those power plays. There was those pre-ticked options. There were those, those offers that you would get to the checkout page and they would automatically subscribe you to things like, you basically the seller wasn't being upfront with you on the sales page. And when you got to the checkout page, there were things added. There were, things were just forced upon you like continuity. You didn't know. All of a sudden, 30 days go by, another bill came through. You were never told that you were going to be billed this every 30 days. So this kind of thing, it just doesn't work anymore. People are apprehensive. Those are the things that they're afraid of now. Back when I started selling, the thing we had to overcome was, don't worry, you can enter your credit card number in here. Don't worry, use PayPal, use ClickBank so that you're safe. Now, we got to worry about these kind of things, painful disconnects, power play apprehensions, that kind of stuff. So honestly, the best way to do that is transparency. Transparency is the best way to combat these frames of mind. And transparency about your offer disarms the prospect. It enables you to sell without really selling. I learned that when I was going door to door, which I did for many years, and I was very successful at it, I learned, as a matter of fact, I became successful at it when I learned this. And that is, you have to sell without selling. You literally have to be the opposite of a salesman. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Meaning, first of all, we know that people love to buy because look at the way that the economy is. Look at people's credit. I mean, people, they just simply don't manage their money properly. People, if your credit is bad, it's not because of the economy. It's because you don't know how to manage your money. It's because you spend more than you have, period. You overuse the credit card. Don't blame it on the code, but they sent me a credit card. No, you shouldn't have used it. You used a credit card even though you didn't have the money to pay the bill. You convinced yourself that you'd get the money somehow, some way, then you were unable to. So the reality is people love to buy. That's why they have the credit issues that they have, especially in this country. Right? So, we know that. We've established that people love to buy, but they hate to feel sold. No one wants to be pressured into buying something. So the really successful salespeople are the ones that sell without selling, are the ones that implant an idea in your head about buying a product and then make you think that you came up with the idea. When you can do that, then you're a really, really powerful seller. And you can do that with your sales funnel and your sales copy if you're completely transparent about your offer. Heck, you can even position yourself as a champion for the customer by empathizing with their frame of mind at the point of sale. Here's what I mean by that. Tell them in your sales copy that you hate one-time offers. Listen, I've placed all three offers right here on this front page. You can choose whichever level of my website you want to buy, the basic, the pro, or you can buy the gold version. This is this price for the basic, this is the price for the, and you know why I did it here? Because I hate one-time offers. I hate, trying to hit you up for this or that. You're basically hitting the negative head on. You're giving them the objection that they have in their mind. You're satisfying that apprehension by simply being transparent. Now they see you as a hero. Now they're like, oh my God, I love this guy. Oh, no, upsells? You mean I have nothing to worry about? Oh, this is awesome. I can pick what I want right here. I don't have to worry about missing out and having to buy more after. No, it's all right there. So now you've just positioned yourself as a hero, as a champion. They love you, and you've disarmed them. You've disarmed them. Just because you have all the offers up front or because you have 3 side-by-side offers up front doesn't mean you can't offer them something later on inside of the website. You're just not going to do it in the form of a one-time offer of, wait, before you proceed, click here, and if you don't buy it, you're going to get cancer. No, you don't have to do it that way anymore. So these things are important nowadays, is setting the person up in the proper frame of mind and understanding what is going through their head as they're going through through your purchase process. If you understand that, you're in the proper position to truly monetize your back end. And now I'm going to talk about the most effective ways that we've learned in our business, my wife Melinda and I, to monetize our back end. So let's talk about what happens after the funnel. After your customer has gone through your funnel. Now, whether you had 3 offers side by side or you had an upsell or not, I don't care. We're talking about the back end. We're talking about they've already purchased, their payment has cleared, and now they're returned from your payment gateway, whether it's your merchant account or PayPal or JVZoo, ClickBank, whatever, as long as it's not Infusionsoft, whatever. They came back to your site and they're on your welcome page. That's what we call that. We call it your home page, your welcome page. It's the first page that they see once they've completed their checkout process. Your customer at this moment, they seek that sigh of relief, that, oh, okay, I'm done. They need to feel like they've arrived. So you need to create a welcome page that is going to satisfy that craving for them. They need to feel like, that's it, I'm done. There is nothing to worry about anymore. I've gotten my product. When you order something online through the mail, you're not relieved until you get the box, because there's so many things that can happen. Maybe they don't ship it. Maybe it goes on back order. Maybe it gets lost. Maybe I've got to track it with my tracking number. You don't really feel fulfilled with the whole purchase experience until you've received that box that you bought on eBay. Up until then, it's kind of scary. And even as you open that box and you take out the product, it's still scary because it might have been damaged in transit, or you might find out that you bought the wrong thing. My wife recently bought something through Amazon. It was a Bop It. It's this cool little addictive toy that kind of like the modern day Simon, if you will. Well, she bought this thing, and when it arrived, it was this little tiny pocket-sized one. It's identical to the normal regular handheld size, but it's just miniature. So she was like, she was expecting this thing she'd paid for, and then all of a sudden she opens it and she's like, wait a second, oh my God, this is... So even after the package arrives, even after you've gotten your product, you still got that fear that maybe I made a bad decision. Right? So this is the position that your customer is in when they're on your welcome page. It's like, okay, well, I've completed the purchase, but now I'm on the welcome page. Did I make the right decision? And what happens here on this page is kind of settle that in their mind. At this point, they crave instruction. They're going to follow your direction because they want their purchase to work. They want it to be a good decision. So they're still in the position where they're like, okay, I want to make it work. And it's important that you give them instruction, not just give them the product. And this is the biggest mistake that newbie marketers or people that simply aren't making the money that they want to make online, this is the biggest mistake that they do when it comes to their back end. They put them through a funnel, and then when the funnel's done, they just give them the product. They don't necessarily crave just the product. They crave instruction. They crave the feeling that they've made a good decision. And this is your duty to fulfill that craving for them. So you need to put a step 1, step 2, step 3. It basically starts all over again. Put them through a series of steps that benefits them and behooves you concurrently. So it's a series of steps that's going to get them to follow your instructions. So you're training them to listen to you, number one. Another thing that you're doing here is you're satisfying their need for instruction once they get to your welcome page. They need to know, okay, well, what do I do now? I finished the payment process. Okay, is that it? Am I done? Because there's a feeling of emptiness once remember, during your purchase process, everything was all fresh and exciting. It's like, oh my God, this is awesome, because you're building impulse. They're reading testimonials, they're seeing cool videos and all that. And now all of a sudden they get into your members area and they're like, oh, okay, there's this emptiness, this loneliness, the whole excitement of the purchase process and the sales funnel and that impulse that you were building, it's gone now. And this is when buyer's remorse sets in. So you have to consider this. You have to combat that buyer's remorse. And you can do that by putting them through a series of steps that benefits them, that's going to excite them. So you can justify the steps and explain to them why these steps are benefiting them as they're taking the actions on each step. And each of these steps concurrently behooves you, meaning it also helps you. It's important that you put these in because they're going to increase the money that you make right now, right after the launch. You're selling without selling through these steps, and it's going to help you sell long term. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that in a second here. But the important thing that you keep in mind is that after the funnel, you've got to utilize your most profitable web real estate, and that is the welcome page. You can make more money with your welcome page than you can with your sales page if you set it up properly. Because on the sales page, they know you're selling to them. They're apprehensive, their guard is up. But on your welcome page, their guard is down, and you can sell to them without them even feeling like they're being sold to. So let's talk about how that happens. First of all, I break up my welcome pages into 3 segments: the top, the middle, and the bottom. Okay, and I do that because it's easier to explain to you that way. So here we have the top of a recent of one of our websites, and this one is called the Marketing Millionaire Bootcamp. So on the top half, or the top third of this site, there's some important components here that I want you to take note of. First and foremost, I welcome them to the site, and I describe that they're logged in. I describe what type of member they're logged in as. So this would say up on top, you're using the latest version of Marketing Millionaire Bootcamp. You are logged in as and in this particular moment, when I took this screenshot that you're looking at right now, I was logged in as an administrator. So I wasn't logged in as a customer. I probably should have logged in as a customer to give you a better example. But in that second line there, actually the third line where it says you're logged in as a member, there's actually a little variable between the and member. There's a variable that would display the current user level. So if you were a free member, it would say you're logged in as a free member. If you were a gold member, it would say you're logged in as a gold member. Also, in the membership details box, which is that little gray box that's up in the top right section there, where it says my name, it says my email address, it says my user ID, you'll notice that next to the word level, it's blank because, again, I'm logged in as an administrator. But what I do here is I personalize this page. If you'll notice, I give the user a feeling of ownership. I'm starting to give them that feeling like, hey, this is mine. I own this. This is a community. I'm being welcomed here. I don't just take them to a download link for the product. Again, biggest mistake that newer people make when it comes to the back end is the purchase process finishes and then they just take them to a download page that has a download link for the product. Hey, here you go. Here's your PDF. Good luck. Take care. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Yeah, that's not the way that you make a customer for life. You make a customer for life by welcoming them. Do you know what is the sweetest word in the human language, in the English language or in any language? It's your name. It's the name. It's the most powerful word in your entire vocabulary. It's the word that you've heard more in your life than any other word. It's a word that commands you. It's a word that calls your attention. It's your name. So you should use your customer's name as often as possible in order to establish a connection with them. Customize it. Use variables. Use user variables in your website. You have collected various important details about this customer in the purchase process. You've got their name, you've got their email address, you've got their user ID that they created, their password, you know their membership level, you know the date that they signed in, you know, there's lots of stuff that you've learned about them and lots of information that's currently in your database. Whether you know it or not, all that information is being stored by your WordPress database. And it's just a matter of using the right variable to call that up. A little variable is a shortcode. It's something that you can insert in your page that when the website reads it, they're going to replace that variable code with the users, with the active users' information. So I make sure that the top part of my welcome page makes that connection. It's a welcome letter. I thank them. I let them know, hey, you're finally here. The journey is complete. You've made your purchase. Thank you. Welcome aboard. I use things that customize the page, like today's date. So I have a date script running that literally pulls today's date and puts it on the screen based on the computer date of the user at the moment that they're logged in. I also address them by name using the variable. So as you can see, this welcome letter, since I was logged in, it says, hi Omar, we personally want to thank you. I take it a step further in this particular site. Now this isn't something that I do with every site, but what John and I did is we created a welcome video for this particular site, letting them know, hey, congratulations, you've made it to the members area. Thank you so much for your purchase. Thank you for placing your trust in us. And I give them that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling of, hey, you've arrived. And that's very important for the top part because it disarms them. It continues to disarm them further, and it prepares them for what's coming next. Now, this is the part where we concurrently we give them some things that are very helpful to us, and concurrently we help ourselves. The middle part of this welcome page is what I like to call the step box. Now you can get a step box just like this for yourself for free at thestepbox.com. The step box is responsible for us making well over $1 million over the course of the last few years. We use a step box on every one of our members areas, and we've tested this 7 ways from Sundays. We have tested this every way that you could possibly imagine. We've tested 4 steps, 2 steps. We've tested them side by side. We've tested them with different colors. We all kinds of different things. We've tested different orders. But this is the formula that seems to work best for us. And the important thing here is that you literally put them through step 1, step 2, step 3. We put this section in a box. That's why it's called the step box. That separates it from the rest of the page so that it stands out. So we put a little border around it. We got a gray behind it. The gray bars seem to work best. When we just put a text link, it didn't get clicked on as often as when we did it this way. But the important thing is the specific steps. Number 1, tell them to whitelist your email address. This is a big mistake that a lot of people don't do. They depend on the a lot of times your user is not going to go back and click that confirmation link in their email address. Okay, so you send them that opt-in, that double opt-in form, and a great majority of people just don't click it. Some people go and they even enter a fake email address. But by telling them to go and whitelist your email address, even if they have actually already clicked on the confirmation link, this step is going to increase the amount of people that can see future emails from you. So it's going to increase your deliverability, open rate, and click-through rate on affiliate promotions that you do in the future to your list. It just is a fact. It's going to do that because people will be adding you to their contacts, which is automatically going to bypass their spam folder and their email client's filtering system. Okay, so you want to do this. And this is going to help them get important updates. It's also going to help you market to them. So this is going to help you make more money from your launch long term. Step 2, register for bonus training. You'll make tens of thousands of dollars with this one step. As a matter of fact, step 2, in many cases, has been the sole reason for me creating an entire site and an entire launch. Simply to get as many people as possible to register for bonus training. Bonus training is a webinar. It's some sort of a webinar where I am going to teach them something, but at the end of the webinar, I am going to also pitch them something. Something that has to do with the very product that they just purchased. So they're a live captive audience. And sometimes I can promote someone else's webinar here. But this product is typically going to be a high ticket product, and I'll have anywhere from 100 to 200 people live on the call. And we could be selling, let's say, a $500 or $1,000 product, and we might make 20 or 30 sales out of those 100 to 200 people that attended live. So that very step, in many instances, has made me anywhere from 20 to 50, even $60,000, when the front end website, the sales page, might have only made me 20 or 30. So you could literally make double, if not triple or more, with this step 2 than you did with the actual front page or sales page of your website. Now, here's another thing that's a really, really good way for you to increase the connection that you have with your customers and to increase the amount of money that you make long term, as well as decrease the amount of support tickets that you're going to have. Create a Facebook group for your product. It takes 3 clicks. Go to Facebook and just create a Facebook group and ask every one of your customers to join the group. Just simply tell them. It's one of the steps in the process of becoming a member. Click here, join us in the Facebook group. This is going to establish a sense of community. This is going to establish first of all, they're going to be helping each other in there. So it's like a peer-to-peer support group, which is going to decrease the amount of support tickets and of help that you're going to have to. It's going to basically lighten your workload, because now you've got customers helping customers. And the cool thing about this creates an area for your consumers to basically, it aggregates them. It puts them all in one place so that it's easier for you to market to them in the future. They've created a group now where you're revered. You've created a group where you go in there, they listen because you're the owner of the group. You've built your stadium, and now you've populated it with your audience. So step 1, step 2, step 3, these are just vital. We've tested a step 4 in here, but we found that the bottom part of the page, which is what I'm about to show you now, it works better when you detach it and you put the next step actually outside of the step box. So just don't ask me why. It just works better. We've tested it this way, and 3 steps works much better than 4. For some reason, when they see 4, they don't even get past 2. They're just like, it's just too much stuff. But 3 steps seems to be the magic number here. Now, you might think this is the most profitable part that I've already disclosed, the most profitable real estate that you have, but the bottom third of your welcome page rivals the middle, and that is the bonus. Now, a lot of people think that affiliate marketing is about creating a bonus, and I'll tell you, you'll make a lot more sales when you're promoting a product if you're offering a bonus. But what they don't do is continue to offer that bonus year-round for people that join your site. So what we do is we take our bonuses that we offer for affiliate products and we continue to offer them as fast action bonuses like what you're seeing here. Optimized Press 2.0, we are the top sellers of Optimized Press. We are the #1 affiliates, and we make more Optimized Press theme sales than anybody else on the planet. The reason that we do that is because we're advertising Optimized Press in the bottom third of every one of our members areas at this point. There's a couple of sites where we're testing other offers, but for the most part, the reason that people buy through us is because we've got a cool bonus that we give people if they buy through us, and it's a $3,000 value. So when they click this, they go into our bonus page. They don't go directly to the Optimized Press page. They come here, and the cool thing is that our customer base resonates with this offer. And this is just, Optimized Press is an awesome product. And it's a product that most people have seen before. It costs $97, I believe, maybe $197, don't quote me. And it's something that maybe people were on the fence about buying or not buying. But when they see this, they see, well, wow, I get this additional $3,000 package from Omar with all these additional gifts and tools and software and things like that. Well, wow, I might as well buy it now. It's worth investing the $197 just to get this $3,000 package for free. It's almost like a no-brainer. You're selling to them without them even knowing that you know what I mean? They're going to be thanking you. They're going to be praising you. They're going to go back into the Facebook group that you just created for them. They're going to say, man, this is awesome. I just bought this. And they're going to sell each other for you. So the bottom part of your welcome page, I recommend that you put something here with a bonus. Don't just put a banner to a site. because then you're just selling them. Then you're just that pushy car salesman. Offer them something of reward. Offer them something that they're not going to see anywhere else. And in many cases, something that you can do here is negotiate a good deal for them. You can go to a specific seller and you can say, hey, look, I'd like to put an offer on my website for your service or your product, but I'd like for you to offer a special deal to my people that you don't offer to everyone else. And in many cases, just for the extra business, that vendor will do that for you. Or maybe you can give up a portion of your commission on the product and say, you know, kick that back as a rebate somehow. You've got to think outside the box for the bottom of your welcome page. But the important thing is that you offer some sort of a bonus, a fast action bonus right here. And what you're going to find is that you'll make tens of thousands of dollars by doing this. You'll add a lot of money to the bottom line of any launch by setting up your welcome page with a top, middle, and bottom the way that I've described here. Now, there's more pages inside of your members area that you should have, because every single one of these pages contributes to the, you know, hey, every penny counts. And internet marketing is about having multiple income streams. So let's talk a little bit about these other pages that we use inside of our back end. First of all, the Earn Money and Tools page. Every one of my websites has an Earn Money page. And this is basically a page where I invite them to share in the revenue of the website. So you can call it your revenue sharing program. You can call it your affiliate program. I call it the Earn Money page because it's pretty straightforward, right? Self-explanatory. Earn money. Click here. And we basically tell them to share the very product that they just bought. It's a very easy thing to convince them to do, because obviously they think it's a good product because they just bought it. So not agreeing with you here kind of contradicts their decision to become a member. So they're going to be very, very willing to share if you just tell them, hey, look, invite your friends, share this program, and I'm going to pay you for sharing it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it risk-free for you, because if I'm going to give you a 50% commission. Now, you've got to explain the intent, and this is where people screw this up. You can't treat your customer like you would your JV, or like you would your affiliate, or like you would someone that knows about affiliate marketing. You've got to explain and teach them the entire promotion process in detail. You can't assume that they know what affiliate marketing is. This is a customer. And even if you're selling them something in the internet marketing niche, it's your duty to explain the entire promotion process to them in detail. Don't assume that they understand what affiliate marketing is. You got to explain to them, if you're promoting on ClickBank, if that's what your product is, you got to explain to them what ClickBank is, how it works, how they get their link, how they sign up and get their free account. Same goes for JVZoo and whatever platform you're using, except Infusionsoft, obviously. Another thing you're going to do here is you're going to show them how it just makes their purchase risk-free. Since they get a 50% commission, minimum, you should be offering 50% commission. Since they're getting a 50% commission, if they make 2 sales, they've made 100% of their purchase price back. So it just makes sense to refer 2 people. And you're going to provide them with everything that they need to make that happen. So you're going to create a tools page. One of my biggest pet peeves with marketers that want me to promote their product is they don't empower me to make them money. If you want me to mail for you 7 times, how many emails should you supply me? How many pre-written email swipes should you supply me with? Well, common sense dictates that you give me 7. But most tool pages, they only have 1 or 2. You should give your customer, if you want them to promote for you, you should put them in the best possible position to succeed. That means give them every single tool that you want them to use. If you want them to mail for you, then give them lots of mailing tools. Give them not just the pre-written email swipes, but give them various versions. Teach them how to use them. Teach them how to use safe lists, how to use solo ads. Teach them how to drive traffic. Provide ample traffic driving training and give them every tool that they could possibly need. As a matter of fact, you should create an affiliate marketing course or a mini course and teach your customers how to market your product. Be aggressive about this. Dedicate time in your business to teaching your customers how to promote your product and how to make their purchase risk-free. You're going to have more satisfied customers because now they're making money with the very product that they bought, and they're going to be driving traffic for you. This makes your business, your entire company, go viral. Let me tell you something. Your customers can outsell you 10 to 1. Yeah, like, think about that. You're much more likely to buy a car at a brand new car based on the recommendations of your next door neighbor, and because he gave you a ride in it and he's been talking about it every day for the last 2 months and you see it every day. You're much more likely to buy that car because of the review you've gotten from your next door neighbor that has the car than based on anything the car salesman tells you at the dealership, because that guy's lying to you. He's trying to make a commission. Well, concurrently, your customer will outsell you 10 to 1 because they've already bought the product. And unfortunately, most sellers are so in a hurry to get their product out there and to just put it in people's hands and try to make money off the front end that they totally lose out on all this money on the back end, which is where the big money is made. Front end, loss leader. So if you're still doing little $7 WSLs and wondering why the hell you're not making money and why the hell you're not, retiring your wife and running a 7-figure company, well, it's because your business lacks this sort of back end thinking. It's because you're not providing ample traffic driving training to your customers, having them and teaching them how to make their products risk-free, how to make back the money that they bought and then some, and how to make your business go viral, and give them every single tool they could possibly need. You should be using the WP Affiliate Builder program. Go through that training in WP Affiliate Builder. Learn how to really, really, really become a good affiliate so that you can teach your customers how to become really good affiliates for you. Another page that's very, very overlooked is the resource page. Every single one of my websites provides a resource page for your customer. Just like every book that you buy has a glossary at the end, has an index, right? Every textbook. Well, you know what? Your website should have a resource page. It should tell people where they should go and get things. You should assemble your own business success Rolodex. This is basically a list of every possible resource that you use and that your customer could need. And I'm talking not just 3 or 4. I'm talking dozens, 20, 30, 40, 50. Go and spend a day creating affiliate accounts at every single one of those resources. 2 or 3 of each. So not just one hosting company, 2 or 3 hosting companies. Not just one video, player, maybe 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Create a list of resources, a Rolodex of resources, and create affiliate links for every single one of them. Create a thorough list of affiliate links that every single customer of yours can find useful. This is almost like your very own personal yellow pages, right? Where you want to teach your customer, hey, when you need something, I've assembled the best deals, the best sites, the ones that I recommend are on this page. They're going to listen to you. Why? Because you've built trust with them, because you've been using the proper psychology with them. You've been transparent with them. You've walked them through a point of sale. You've walked them through a perfectly formatted welcome page. They know, like, and trust you, and they're going to use the resources on your page before they go and use Google and try to make a good decision on their own. So provide them these resources. How long is it really going to take you to set up a really good resource page that has 20, 30, 40 useful resources that people can actually take advantage of, and just load them up with your own, your own affiliate link? Now, here's a cool thing. You should sprinkle in some free stuff that doesn't require any kind of purchases. Provide some free reports, some media files, some tools at 0 additional cost. So things that they can literally directly download right from there. And what's going to happen is, again, this disarms them. This makes them feel more at ease. Like, oh, look at this. Okay, the first 3 things are on here on free. And then look, he's also recommending some paid stuff as well. So you want to add some free stuff in there as well. Your customer's going to buy these things anyway, right? Well, why not buy them through you? The help desk. I'll tell you, this really is a good way to gauge whether a marketer knows what he's doing or not. The marketer that doesn't know what he's doing, the marketer that's not going to last the test of time, it's not going to be around a year from now, 2 years from now, the marketer that's going to get eaten up by his competition is the guy that's afraid of his help desk, the guy that avoids it like the plague, the guy that gets upset about having people at his help desk submitting tickets. I see them all the time on Facebook, if you're a part of any Facebook group. How many times have you seen a marketer make fun of a customer from their help desk on their Facebook page or something? You know, they might omit the customer's name because they won't go that far, right? Because they don't have the balls to actually, talk about somebody in front of their face. But how many times have you seen a marketer talk about, a frustrating customer experience that they had on their help desk, right? They do it to vent, and they mock these customers. And you know what? I do the opposite. I make lifetime high ticket buyers out of people that are at my help desk. Do you know that your help desk is where your highest paying customers are? You can make $10, $20, $30,000 from each. I mean, I've done it personally. I'm talking from experience. I've sold $30,000 packages to people from my help desk. That's where your action takers are, and you should treat them like gold. You know what the difference is between, the people that don't. Here's the deal. Look, here's the best way that I can put it. The people that are at your help desk, they're there because they're trying to do something with your product. They're actually the ones, the few, the 3% that are doing something. 97% of people that buy your product, is sad to say, no matter how good it is, stop kidding yourself. 97% of people that buy your product do abso-freaking-lutely nothing with it. The majority of people that buy self-help CDs and DVDs and things like that, they barely even get it out of the shrink wrap. There's a recent story that I heard, and don't quote me. I don't remember exactly where I heard it, where I read it, but a company had actually produced a series of self-help CDs. And after 6 months of selling this CD set, one of their customers sent them or called their factory or whatever, their help desk, and they said, "Hey, look, I got to CD number 6 and it was blank." So what happened was the company said, "Oh, well, we're sorry about that. Obviously, it must have been a manufacturing problem." And they sent them a brand new CD set, and the customer called again and said, "Hey, look, the CD set that you sent me again, disc number 6 is blank, and I also checked disc 7 and all the way through disc 12, they're all blank. Only discs 1 through 5 have anything recorded on them." The company went and checked their shelves, and they realized that absolutely none of the discs were ever printed past 6. So every customer that had bought for the first 6 months, thousands and thousands of CD sets, never got anything past CD 5. The majority of your customers do nothing. It's sad. But the ones that are your help desk are the other 3%. They're the ones that are actually doing something. They are your success stories. They are your future testimonials. They are your gold. And that's how you should treat them. They're upset because something isn't working for them, because they're not having the experience that they expected. And it's your job to make them feel awesome. You should make them offers. If they're there, they need help. Offer them consulting services. I do that on my help desk. It's where I sell my hourly consulting services, and we sell a lot of them. Insert testimonials on your help desk. Insert testimonials from happy customers that have used your help desk before. You got to think outside of the box here. Offer them what they need. They're there at the help desk because they're having trouble doing what you're teaching them to do. So offer to do it for them. Offer done for you services, even if you have to outsource the doing for you process. Why not? Why not offer them to do it for them? Okay, so if you let's say you're selling some sort of a website building widget. Well, if that widget costs them $100, why not sell them the done for you version where, hey, we're gonna completely remove the having to build it yourself out of the equation. We'll do it for you for $500. Then outsource the process for $100. You're clearing $400. You know what I mean? You've sold the product, plus you're clearing an extra $400 after paying someone to do it for. You see what I'm saying here? Put together an offer that's going to work for everybody. Customers happy, you're happy, plus you've employed somebody now, you're paying somebody, you're stimulating the economy. It just makes sense. Make offers. All these things happen on your help desk. Here's something that some people just totally forget. How about a phone number? How about giving people the opportunity to talk to a human being instead of, just typing in a question and having to wait? Provide a company phone number. This isn't as hard as you think, and it's actually really easy and cheap to do worldwide. You can provide a toll-free number. Look into grasshopper.com. It's very, very affordable. I think they have a plan for like $9 a month. You get a toll-free number. The user calls the number. They can hear a pre-recorded message. They can leave you a message, and it gets sent to you via email or text message with an MP3. You can listen to it right on your cell phone, and you can then go and log into your help desk, reply to them. You can call them back directly, or you can outsource this task, but provide a phone number. It's so inexpensive, and it sets you apart from everybody else that's in your niche and in your industry. So these are the pages where your customers are. These are the ways that you monetize the back end. And if you're using your help desk, your resources page, your earn money page, and your welcome page correctly, you're going to make more money on the back end. You're going to boost your business on the back end more so than you ever could with a really well-written sales page. You'll make more money on the back than on the front, and that's a fact if you're doing it right. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Unfair Advantage video. Take care.